That was Falco with Der Kommissar, one of my personal favorites. Is that a communist song? I haven't figured it out. I don't know what these kids are into these days. And before that, Men at Work with Overkill. Now, those Aussies are really coming up with something, I swear. Anyway, I'm Dan Aykroyd, and if you don't remember me, I was on Saturday Night Live, and those shows, we did them a long, long time ago, but kids are walking up to me now and saying, hey, Dan, you're great on television. I got to say, hey, you know, we did those shows so long ago that I feel like an old man. What's a dinosaur like me doing in a modern music television studio like this? I don't know. I haven't figured it out, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm here at Little Sam's Deli. You never know what you're going to find here behind the counter at Little Sam's. Here is Mel Purvis's boater. And Mel Purvis was the FBI agent who killed John Dillinger. Remember that old series, The Untouchables, with Robert Stack? Lee, Rico, Youngblood. Bring the car around by the back. We're going to talk to Mr. Nitty tonight. Maybe that doll down there at the drugstore can tell us what she knows, but I don't think we're going to get much out of her. All right. Remember that? That was a terrific show. And I got some more video right now for you, including Michael Jackson, Jay Giles, and the Blues Brothers, another pair of old dinosaurs. So don't go away. Hello, everybody. This is not Tom Snyder. This is Dan Aykroyd, your guest VJ on MTV Music Television. You know, the deadline is drawing closer for you to send in postcards for the MTV Dr. Detroit contest. So if you want to get a crack at winning that stretch limo from Dr. Detroit, the movie, you'd better hurry. Postcards must be received by midnight, May 27th. Now, that limousine is quite the automobile. That is a 1977 full-stretch Lincoln, and that's the last of the big babies. That has a TV, a car phone, a radio in it. I think it has mag wheels all the way around it, and that's quite the automobile. And it'll make a great tank, too. If you want to go through a bank door or something, it could probably handle it. You'll be seeing the address a little later on. By the way, the drawing is next week, so keep watching MTV for the details on that. And speaking of the movie, here's Devo with the theme from Dr. Detroit. Hey, that was Michael Jackson with Billie Jean. He is a talented guy, and he sent me this hat to wear for this back outro. Before that, you had Duran Duran with Rio. Now, that clip and that song is a perfect example of what you can have with good, clean fun. They're those kids. You see them out on a sailboat and in the water, and it's good and it's clean and it's fun. And they're extremely talented, and they were guest VJs here on MTV, and therefore they are my fellows, Duran Duran, and I hope to meet them. Michael Jackson did send me this hat, though. We've got more to come right after this. I'm Dan Aykroyd, your guest VJ. I've got more video madness to go on MTV Music Television, and as the doctor would say, nothing can stop me now. That was Tina Turner with Ball of Confusion. Boy, she's really something, if I had legs like that. And before that, the Jay Giles Band with I Do. I'm Dan Aykroyd, your guest VJ this evening. And speaking of Jay Giles Band, I think Magic Dick is one of the best harmonica players in the world. Him and Kim Wilson of the Thunderbirds, and the Thunderbirds have a video on MTV called How Do You Spell Love? Watch for it. They're one of my favorite bands. Speaking of electric harmonica playing, it reminds me of how hard I had to work in Blues Brothers to learn how to play that little instrument. I haven't really quite learned entirely, and I could learn from guys like Magic Dick and Kim Wilson. They're definitely my favorites. Blues Brothers reminds me that I worked with John Landis recently. He directed Blues Brothers, Animal House, American Werewolf in London. We just did a film for Paramount Pictures called Trading Places with that up-and-coming new young star, Eddie Murphy. I want you to see it. I think Eddie got me the job on that one. I'm not sure, but you should see that movie. It's coming up in June, and I know you'll enjoy it. You know, everything has been great here at MTV for my guest VJ spot, except this chair they put me in. It prickles and all kinds of things. You know, Belushi would have known how to deal with this, and I'm going to have to take the appropriate measures right now. Hey, that was the Stray Cats with Stray Cat Strut, and before that, Steve Martin with King Tut. And blowing horn there was Blue Lou Marini from the Blues Brothers Band. And Steve Martin has a new movie coming out this summer called The Man with Two Brains, and I want you to go and see that. Steve and I are old buddies, and we got to help each other out. Remember the Czech Brothers? Some of you kids out there might remember the Czech Brothers. You know the two wild and crazy guys who used to swing and came to America to swing with chicks? Do you remember? Of course. There's more to come right after this. Yeah, just making a little toast, Elwood style. I'm Dan Aykroyd. There's more to come as the Guest VJ Hour continues on MTV Music Television. Here's the Blues Brothers. That was Prince with 1999. Before Prince, we saw the Beatles with Love Me Do, and the first clip you saw was the Blues Brothers with I Don't Know, an old blues tune, cripple Clarence Lofton and Willie Maybon. Got to remember the roots, remember the blues. Got to remember. All the kids that are playing today, Duran Duran, all the kids, they remember, they know the blues. They learned it from the blues. I got more video to come right after this.
This Guest VJ Hour is being sponsored in part by Jordache Fragrance and by the 1983 Dodge and Plymouth Imports and by Miller High Life and by Centipede from Atari.
The centipedes are coming. Get your fingers moving fast, and the spider's out to get you. Do you think that you can last? You can shoot him in the middle. He will only break in two. And the fleas are even faster if you look away you're through. See the scorpion a dancing? He can really help you score. But the centipede's immortal, keeps coming back for more. Centipede is from Atari and it's faster than a jet. If you're looking for some action, it's the game you gotta get. Centipede. Reach for Atari.
Jordache Fragrance for men, Jordache Fragrance for women. Because love is all you need.